Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be recapping the Fourth Doctor Adventures The Curse of Time, which was released on the 28th of December 2024. I'm recording this episode on the 5th of January 2025. I've not still gone back to uni when I'm recording this. I'm trying to record as many as possible, and there is about a gap currently, a month's gap rather, between record and release date. Without further ado, because this is a longer episode, it's not as long as the Gavin and Stacey finale, which did it a half an hour long episode. It's not quite as long as that, but we'll see how we get on time wise. Without further ado, here's my recap for the Fourth Doctor Adventures, The Curse of Time. We start off with the theme tune. The Doctor mentions the Brigadier. The Doctor, Harry and Sarah Jane discuss the TARDIS. The TARDIS is going through what the Doctor calls a temporal schism. The Doctor explains what this is. Harry suggests leaving. The Doctor and Sarah Jane explain why this is not an option. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry exit the TARDIS. They believe they have landed on Earth. Sarah Jane mentions civilization. Harry mentions brownies. Sarah Jane explains a hooded figure to the Doctor and Harry. The Doctor isn't sure if the hooded figure is real. The Doctor realises it is winter. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry discover a medieval village. Sarah Jane works out in which time period they are in. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry are asked for money. This person mentions his company. Faustus introduces himself and his colleagues. Sarah Jane mentions the colours of a rainbow. The Doctor introduces himself. Sarah Jane and Harry. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry are invited to an event. They accept. Sarah Jane mentions chickens and goats. Harry and the Doctor reveal the questions they want to find answers to. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry book their rooms for the night. The Doctor pays. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry attempt to work out what year it is. Faustus introduces his group's performance. Harry mentions solar flares in the Ark in space. The Doctor asks Sarah Jane to be quiet while Faustus's group performs. Sarah Jane and Harry complain about the temperature. Sarah Jane mentions the Centaurans. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry are informed what food they will be eating. The Doctor asks Annika for some travel advice. Annika mentions the Forbidden Forest and reveals what the Forbidden Forest contains. Faustus asks to join the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry. Sarah Jane points out the inequality between Faustus and his colleagues. Annika tells some other people about Faustus, his group, the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry. The Brotherhood introduce themselves. The Doctor mentions archaeologists. Faustus defends the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry. The Brotherhood asks the Doctor about his, Sarah Jane and Harry's departure plans. Sarah Jane thanks Annika. The Doctor explains how the Brotherhood didn't locate his sonic screwdriver. Sarah Jane questions Faustus's intentions. Sarah Jane is kidnapped along with the Doctor and Harry. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry learn that Annika was also kidnapped. Annika reveals that they are being escorted to the Forbidden Forest. Sarah Jane asks the Doctor about Harry's current location. Harry is lied to. Harry insults Faustus's group. The Brotherhood doesn't seem to be responsible for the kidnappings. Annika is asked about a cave. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika are untied. Sarah Jane works out why she and the Doctor were kidnapped. Annika agrees to show her kidnappers this cave. A member of the Brotherhood interrogates Harry. Sarah Jane mentions canaries. Annika, the Doctor and Sarah Jane are told what will happen if they try to escape. The Doctor reassures Annika. The Doctor mentions side effects. Someone believes the Doctor or something. We'll go with something because that's what I've written. I don't know if it's quite right. Something believes the Doctor is a criminal known by another name. The Doctor uses his sonic to open a door. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika are all scanned and are all believed to be the exact same criminal. The Doctor shuts down the scanning robot. Annika learns what killed her friend. Annika attempts to let her kidnappers let her leave. The Brotherhood is mentioned. The scanning robot was known as the Metal Guardian. Winterbird's arrow ability is mentioned. The Doctor asks for some light. Torches will be provided. Sarah Jane believes she has seen the cave walls before. The Doctor and Sarah Jane work out why the cave's walls are so familiar to them. The Doctor corrects one of his previous statements. The Doctor finds an observation hatch. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika find a lot of dead people. Sarah Jane asks the Doctor to be more respectful. The Doctor promises to do this. Harry rides a horse whilst his hands are tied behind his back. A Brotherhood member believes that the Doctor and Sarah Jane might be dead. The Doctor and Sarah Jane ask their kidnappers some questions. The kidnappers are scientists. Annika compares the kidnappers to pigs. The Doctor believes they need to find the central control room to discover the full picture. Someone is ordered to accompany the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika. Someone speaks to his master. The master believes this master, not the master, different character. This master believes the Doctor is a member of the Brotherhood. Harry has been transported elsewhere and someone asks his kidnapper why he is there. Harry defends his actions. The non-kidnapper wants to speak to Harry alone. The non-kidnapper knows who the Doctor and Sarah Jane are. This non-kidnapper doesn't believe that Harry is the Harry who travels with the Doctor and Sarah Jane. Harry mentions Skaro. Harry's kidnapper is instructed to rescue the Doctor and Sarah Jane. The cave the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika are currently within is known as the Cave of Death. Sarah Jane gets frightened by a skeleton. The Doctor explains what he is attempting to do. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika watch a pre-recorded message. Sarah Jane feels sorry for the woman who recorded this message. This woman reveals who is to blame for everyone being dead. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika discover who the criminal the Metal Guardian was scanning for. And what they committed. Faustus has disappeared. A master insults someone. Faustus reappears. Faustus and his group steal from the Cave of Death. Harry reunites with the Doctor and Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane gets re-kidnapped. The Doctor questions Harry's rescue strategy. Faustus believes he has saved Sarah Jane from being killed. The Brotherhood blame Harry for Sarah Jane and Annika being re-kidnapped. The Doctor is informed of someone who wants to see him. Sarah Jane questions where she and Annika are. The Doctor and Harry are informed of their upcoming trial and execution. Sarah Jane and Annika are introduced to the Engine of Time. The criminal appears. The criminal explains why he is where he is. Sarah Jane understands what the criminal is talking about. The criminal is unable to move. The Doctor and Harry are told how this trial will work. The Doctor exposes his sonic screwdriver. The Doctor and Harry are escorted to their cells. The criminal explains what caused him to transform into his current form. The criminal reveals that Faustus is his servant. Sarah Jane learns why Faustus and his group stole the specific items from the Cave of Death. Harry asks the Doctor for a solution to their current problem. The person who informed the Doctor and Harry of their trial and execution believes that they are who they say they are. This person reveals why science and technology are outlawed. Sarah Jane and Annika question Faustus on helping the criminal. The Doctor mentions fossil fuels. Faustus recounts meeting Zaphiel Axon. Faustus believes Axon will not kill him. Sarah Jane and Annika believe the complete opposite. Sarah Jane and Annika are told when to not expect food. The Doctor and Harry attempt to convince Mother Cassiva to not to kill them and instead to arrest Faustus's group. Harry believes that Faustus doesn't care if he and the Doctor live or not. The Doctor has come up with an escape plan. The Doctor reveals this plan involves amateur dramatics. Axon convinces Faustus to use Summer Day Blue as a test for Zaxxon's experiment. This experiment commences. Summer Day Blue is now dead. Zaxxon believes that himself and Summer Day Blue were incompatible. Axon asks to see Sarah Jane. Harry acts as if the Doctor is dead. Harry is informed that his execution still stands. Sarah Jane is scanned and is found to have traces of temporal energy within her. Sarah is asked if she is a time traveller. Zaxxon asks Faustus to kidnap the Doctor and Harry. Sarah Jane learns what Zaxxon's plan is with the Doctor and Harry. Sarah Jane asks why Zaxxon wouldn't take her body. Zaxxon corrects Sarah Jane. The Doctor is no longer dead. The Doctor mentions jelly babies. The Doctor forces some people to headbutt each other. Sarah is reunited return to her and Annika's cell. Sarah Jane has faith in the Doctor. The Doctor sets Harry free. The Doctor and Harry impersonate members of the Brotherhood. Mother Cassiver is informed of the Doctor's death. Faustus's group discover that the Doctor and Harry have escaped. Mother Cassiver is updated on the Doctor and Harry. Mother Cassiver expresses her rage. Faustus's group kidnap the Doctor and Harry. The Doctor and Harry reveal their options. Faustus convinces the Doctor and Harry to let them be taken elsewhere. The Doctor believes that he and Harry have discovered the location of the temporal schism. Harry is transported to Sarah Jane and Annika's cell. Harry reunites with Sarah Jane and Annika. Sarah Jane tells Harry that Faustus lied to him and the Doctor. The Doctor recognises Axon. The Doctor is chained up. The Doctor is informed that Axon wants his body. Axon is informed that the Doctor is still alive. The Doctor is scanned and revealed to be non-human, meaning he is an incompatible life form. Axon orders someone to take the Doctor to join Sarah Jane, Harry and Annika. Axon wants Harry. Harry is taken to see Axon. The Doctor wakes up. Harry is scanned. Harry is chained up. Axon has transformed into Harry's body. Axon celebrates having a moving form. Axon's previous form vanishes. Axon confesses that Harry's mind no longer exists. Sarah Jane and Annika scream for help. Sarah Jane and Annika believe that the Doctor is in a trance. The Doctor attacks someone else. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika escape their cell. Axon wants the Doctor to stabilise his new form. Sarah Jane and Annika ride a horse. Faustus informs the Doctor of his required attendance. Sarah Jane and Annika attempt to navigate. The Doctor works out what is wrong with Axon. The Doctor mentions the dangers of time travel. The Doctor calls Axon's equipment primitive. Faustus and Axon discover a way to extend Axon's lifespan for the short term. The Doctor points out how short term the solution would be. The Doctor compares Axon to parasites and vampires. Axon asks the Doctor to fix this problem permanently. Sarah Jane mentions Faustus kidnapping the Doctor and Harry. Sarah Jane and Annika meet Mother Cassiver. Sarah Jane reveals the location of Axon, Faustus's group, the Doctor and Harry. Sarah Jane and Annika are insulted. Mother Cassiver warns Brother Ross. Mother Cassiver believes Sarah Jane. The Doctor questions Faustus's desire to help Axon. Faustus sets Winterbird free. Faustus yells at the Doctor. Sarah Jane and Annika volunteer to attempt to rescue the Doctor. Mother Cassiver gives the Doctor's sonic screwdriver to Sarah Jane. The Doctor mentions Faustus's limited options. Faustus is informed that the Brotherhood have found them. Faustus has a fishing gun. The Doctor reveals the true effect of the engine of time. Mother Cassiver asks for Faustus's group to be captured. The Doctor mentions the time vortex. Faustus dies. The Doctor mentions insanity. Axon is killed. The Doctor tells Sarah Jane what to do with his sonic. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Annika discover if getting Harry back is even a possibility. Axon asks the Doctor to save him. Harry is Harry. The Doctor asks Mother Cassiver to show mercy. Mother Cassiver allows the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry to live as long as they leave as quickly as possible. The Doctor destroys even Axon's equipment. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry discover a landing spaceship. The Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry reunite with the TARDIS. Sarah Jane and Harry convince the Doctor to reunite with the Brigadier. That is my recap for the Fourth Doctor Adventures, The Curse of Time. In tomorrow's episode, I will be recapping the final ever episode of What If, titled What If, like I've mentioned in previous episodes. There's a lot of what ifs in that sentence. There aren't individual episode trailers released for What If or Marvel, I don't think, in general. So without further ado, here is the Season 3 trailer for What If.
Up for an adventure?
Always.
To understand, you must learn to see.
What exactly are you proposing?
It's showtime!
Here we go!
Howard, are you sure you can fly this?
Are you kidding? I'm a duck. I was born to fly. Strap in.
Oh, move over!
If we all go down, the world will be left defenseless.
This is the shot we have. We may not get another one. Let's finish it.
Oh, we're good to go.
Avenger, assemble.
Light 'em up now!
This is where your story ends. With some mysteries, the only answer is what if.
Maybe it's time that we called in some help.
That was the trailer for What If Season 3, and that is actually the final time you will hear that, because I am reviewing the final episode, the series finale of What If, in tomorrow's episode. But back to the episode, let me know what you thought of the Fourth Doctor Adventures, The Curse of Time, if you listened to it, my review, if you didn't, give me thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else you want me to cover on the channel, such as any previews or recaps. Put those in the comments below as well. And remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.